Hello, football enthusiasts. Welcome to Blaqsport Podcast. I am your host, like always, Isre Tuche, and I'm still on the wheel to take you through what is happening in the African Cup of Nations 2025 happening live in Morocco. This is match day 15 of the African Cup of Nations, and we are in the quarter-finals, in which we have teams to face against each other right there on your screen. We have Mali to play against Senegal, and then we have Cameroon to play against Morocco, the host nation. So we have reached the interesting part of this competition, and we all know that everything's now are the favorite to win this competition. So no one will bring any grudges if they lose to any opposition side, because it is a worthy opponent. I would say this is the stage. This tournament, I didn't see any upsets. So all the favorite teams to win all their games and proceed to the next round. In as much as it's still a tight one, because it was competitive and both teams struggled to get to the next level. It wasn't business as usual, but that did not take away the fact that all favorites progressed to the next round. So we're going to be diving into that to see what is the outcome of this first game of the quarterfinals, in which Cameroon faced against the host nation Morocco, and then you have the Mali to play against Senegal. So let's talk about the first game of today, which is Mali and Senegal. Obviously, I believe in my previous episode, I was really rooting for the Malians to win this game, because I believe they really put in some effort to get to this level, despite the fact that on paper, Senegal is the worthy opponent to progress to the next round, and that actually happened as it is by the goal by DIE on the 27th minute to give them the lone win they needed in this competition. Now, in as much as the Malian had a red card in this game, I wouldn't want to say that it is based on that they were able to not progress to the next round. Yes, that is a part of the factors, because by the time they realized that they could actually bite, it was almost time up, and they tried to put in some good numbers effort putting the bodies in the ground, but they came close, but they couldn't. But there's something that they really lacked in their game is patience. One thing I've noticed is that because you think you run out of time, you make some decisions that you're not meant to. You rush to actually play the ball or give away the ball inside when you're not certain that it might actually get you. All these are coupled with the fact that I think these are one of the major reasons. Now, let me actually explain further. So, on several occasions towards the end of the extra time, they had the advantage with the ball, playing around, trying to find a way to penetrate, but they grew impatient. They think they can actually put the ball in the no man's land for everybody to go for it. That actually places them in a disadvantage. Remember, they are one man down. So at that point, I believe the Malian side could have held strong and tried to control the game by holding the ball more and try to play that around, until they find that space to give that final pass that actually produce something. Because when you rush game like this, it tends to make you lose concentration, not to observe your teammates where they are, and not able to look around to see who is the better position for you to deliver the ball, and that actually went to cause them this game. Not to go away the side that the Senegalese were really neat. They tried to hold their line. They even held it throughout from the first half that they scored down to the end of the game. That shows so much concentration and being able not to see you lagging or flat-footed at any point in time. So it's good to see that Senegal have actually progressed to the semi-finals. So it's yet another competition and another time for Senegal to compete. Now they have only one game now differentiating them to get to the finals. Just to let you know, if you're joining us for the first time, feel free to follow all our social media platforms on X, on Facebook, on IG, and also on LinkedIn. You can actually watch this podcast on Spotify podcast, on Apple Podcast, on all social media podcasts, all podcast platforms like YouTube. You'll be able to see match day 1, match day 2, match day 3, match day 4, match day 5, match day 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and today is match day 15. In the first game of the quarterfinals have been played today with 2 games, Mali and Senegal, with Senegal progress to the next round. And then the next game we're going to be discussing is now between the Cameroon and the host nation, Morocco, which ended on a 2-0 in favor of the host nation. So as normal, Brahim Diaz found the back of the net, making it 5/5, scoring 5 in 5 games, which makes him the top highest goal scorer in this competition with 5 goals. This is extraordinary. We all know that since this competition, I've been really rooting for Brahim Diaz to win the play of the tournament if he actually gets to the final, because that young lad is phenomenal. He has been outstanding, both in his being direct towards goal, trying to create chances, and also being the person that actually tried to get them close to this tournament by being on the score sheet every single time. So it's no doubt to actually see Brahim Diaz on the score sheet. And also we have Sabari scoring in 74 minutes with a very powerful shot in a set piece when we had a corner kick, which actually went to his legs and he delivered it perfectly well at the back of the net. I would say that was one of the excellent performance which we see to give them a good lead in this competition, which is 2 goals. And when that happens, it has a way to cripple your opponent's side, being the motivation is there, but you've lost that hope that you'll be able to turn things around. And finally, it ended that way in a clean sheet in favor of the host nation. So Cameroon is the second nation in this quarterfinal stage to be going home following the crash out by the host nation. So I would say Cameroon's journey so far has been an inventive one. I didn't even expect them to get this far, I must say. They surprised me, and I must give them the accolades. They did a good job, and I must say, and looking at where they came from and the players they dropped, like Abubakar, like Onana, and the whole of Tozul, and actually started before this game. It's really good to see that they even try to play as a team to get this level. It's quite recommendable. So now they need to go back to the drawing book and see how they can actually try next time, because every time you lose out, you crash out like that, and if you don't bounce back in the next game, it intends to actually take you far away from the final stage of the game. So it's good that they've actually found a way to come out earlier, I'll put it this way, for them to go back and see how they can get things done and get it sorted in time and prepare for the next tournament. So Morocco now will be playing against any of the team tomorrow, which is either Egypt or Ivory Coast. So whoever wins between Egypt and Ivory Coast will be playing with Senegal, and whoever wins with Algeria and Nigeria will be playing against the host nation Morocco. This is a tight one, I must say. So this game of the match day 16 is going to be a tight one with Nigeria playing first against Algeria side, which is seen as a revenge. I see Nigeria being triumphant in this game because they've been one of the best team in this tournament so far, with good lead in their conversion rate, and they've been the lethal attack in this competition, especially with Iwobi, the masterclass in the midfield, being giving them all the pocket passes they needed to transition from the defense down to the attack. It's been a brilliant side. I won't take away that from the Algerians. The Algerians is going to give us a very good game. This is a very, very tight game, and no team will actually be unhappy if they lose to each other. They are both one of the best teams in the African competition. So I expect to see a very, very good match tomorrow. In terms of Egypt and Ivory Coast, that's a very, very slim one. And that's what I'm looking for. Now, with what I'm actually seeing, I think Ivory Coast should actually win Egypt. But because Egypt seems to be finding a way to withstand pressure, and I believe this is going to be one of those cases where they're going to try to withstand under pressure again against the Ivorian side, but the Ivorian side seems to be the team that's going to win. I'm actually being indecisive in this situation, but I have my money on the Ivorians to win the game. But Egypt is a better side. Whoever wins this game will be disappointed because they lost to one of the better side, I'll put it this way, which are one of the champions. So, but I have my money on the Ivorians to win this game, and they also on Nigeria to win against Algeria. So it's going to be an effective one in match day 15, and I hope to see you tomorrow as we discuss the outcome of the match day 15 as we progress in the upcoming Cup of Nations. Remember, we are only away with 2 games now to get to the final for Nigeria, Algeria, Egypt, and Ivory Coast. And now, so remember, Senegal and Morocco are through to the round of 4. So it's getting more interesting in Morocco, and I must say, let's give kudos to Morocco as expected in the semi-finals, which is a good thing, I must say. The host nation has been delivering throughout this tournament, and I must say, The stadiums has been a masterpiece and a piece of art. Every other person have been saying how wonderful they can prepare in this competition. That's to show that Morocco, Africa, is ready to host the world when the time comes. So it's good to actually sign out here on March Day 15 in the AFCON Cup of Nations. And I still remain your host, Insulet Uche. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll talk about what is happening in the AFCON Cup of Nations. And don't forget, wherever you are, Blaqsport will always find you. See you tomorrow. Ciao.